क्या आप अपने Windows 10 के परफॉर्मेंस से नाखुश हैं? क्या आपको लगता है कि आपका सिस्टम काफ़ी स्लो हो चुका है और आप एक हार्डवेयर अपग्रेड के बारे में सोच रहे हो? So before upgrading your hardware, do check this out on how to debloat your Windows 10. First of all, what is debloating? Windows 10 comes with a lot of bloatware packaged into it. There are unnecessary softwares that we don't need or we don't use it, like Candy Crush and Xbox, and there are background services. There are a lot of background services in Windows 10 like telemetry, data diagnostics, data usage, Cortana. We don't use them regularly, but these services tend to slow down your Windows 10 experience. So what's the solution? Solution is simple: to debloat them. Basically to uninstall them or to disable all the services that we don't require. This significantly improves your Windows 10 performance. Most of us use laptops which are 3 years, 4 years old, and we feel that we need to upgrade our hardware and use SSDs. But before using SSD or before doing a hardware upgrade, let's see how we can debloat Windows 10 and improve our performance. So there are a couple of open source projects regarding this. Basically there are PowerShell scripts that can be used for debloating, and one of them we'll use today to see and debloat the Windows 10 and make our experience much better. So I have provided the link in the description for the open source project. Basically it is a GitHub repository by the name of Synex, and it is an open source, totally free. You can check the code, verify the code that if it is not doing anything which should not be doing. Basically it is a PowerShell script which will allow us to debloat our Windows 10 and remove all the unnecessary services and softwares packaged with the Windows 10. So now we are going to see how to debloat our Windows 10. For that, come to the start menu on the left and bottom and do a right click. Go to Windows PowerShell admin. PowerShell window will open. Now we have to run a command. This command, I have put this command in the description below, so please feel free to copy paste that command and use it. After running this command, it opens a window for our debloater. So the first option which you see here is customize blacklist. So what customize blacklist will enable you to do is select all those services or applications that you want to uninstall from the system. So if you click on it, it will open a list of all the services and applications that Windows currently has. It's a very long list, and by default some of the boxes are checked. Checkbox means that service or software will be uninstalled once you run this program. So you can play around with this list, but by default there are a lot of services that we rarely use are checked already, like Microsoft Print 3D, Microsoft News, Microsoft Xbox, Maps, and all other bloatware that we rarely or never use, and they tend to run in background and slow our system. So once you are happy with the list, just close the box. And now we have two options: remove all bloatwares. It will remove everything that we show in the list, and then there is a remove bloatware with customized blacklist. It will remove only those that we have checked. So if you are happy with removing all the bloatware, then you can simply click remove all bloatware. Or if you want to just remove certain services and software that you want rest of them to be present, then customize your list and click remove bloatware with customized blacklist. For this tutorial we are going to do remove all bloatware. So let's click on remove bloatware, and in the background in the PowerShell you can see the program is running, and it takes a time, so it will take some time depending on your hardware configuration, but so let's just wait for it to complete. So once all the bloatware has been removed, you will get a finished all task message here. That means that operation has been successfully completed. Now again we come back to our debloater, and we have other optional changes and fixes that we can do, and they are quite self-explanatory. So disable Cortana will disable your Cortana. If you are happy using Cortana, use it. If you don't want Cortana, if you don't use Cortana, you can disable it. Basically, Cortana continuously runs in the background and utilizes your hardware, RAM and processor. So if you are not using Cortana, it's best to disable it. So I'll just simply click disabled, and in the background you can see Cortana has been disabled. Another option is most of the time when we open PDF, by default Edge browser opens to show that PDF file, which is quite annoying sometimes. So if you have a PDF writer or reader, separate software for PDF reader writer, or if you want your PDF to open in other browsers like Chrome or Mozilla, then it's best to stop Edge PDF takeover by clicking here. Another service is OneDrive. Also, OneDrive is such service that keeps on running in the background every time Windows is on to basically sync your files. If you are a OneDrive user, then it's best to leave it as it is, and if you don't want OneDrive and if you are concerned about your data usage or your memory usage, then it's better to uninstall OneDrive. So that you can do using the uninstall OneDrive button. Unpin tiles from start menu. Basically, when you open a start menu, there are a lot of applications that are pinned in this menu, and due to which it takes some time to open the menu. So if you do unpin tiles from the start menu, it will remove all the tiles from the start menu, and the start menu will become more snappier. You can enable Cortana, now disable telemetry and tasks. So this is very important. Telemetry is a service that Windows uses everywhere in almost all its services to track usage, data usage, and track diagnostic data. So it's best to remove telemetry. Simply click disable telemetry and it will disable everything. So if you can see in the PowerShell, you can see that it has disabled location tracking, it has disabled schedule tasks, and some diagnostic and tracking services. So basically it frees up your Windows 10 and gives you more privacy. Another option is remove bloatware registration key. So all the softwares have registration key. So after uninstalling the software, it's best to remove the bloatware registration keys. So you can remove it by clicking here. So you just click, and in the PowerShell window you can see it is removing all the registry keys that are not required. So after all the registration keys are uninstalled, we are almost done with our debloater. There are a couple of more options like enable dark mode and install .NET 3.5. You can either do it or you can leave, it depends on your preference. So by doing this entire process, we have debloated our Windows 10 and it will improve your performance significantly. So do try out, and if you have any queries, please write in the comments below. And the starting, I said that there are two open source projects that are mainly used for debloating. I've shown you first one, and very soon I'll be showing you the second one. So please subscribe to the channel. Please like and share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.